let's go to the guy that made something happen, bro. This brother, bro, got us the winner, got booed. That's how we do it.
These pussy holes are booing him, bro.
I don't know, man. That Jude Bellingham celebration's really winding me up.
Man can't even hold their arms out anymore, you know. Like Jude just owns holding your arms out, bro. It's long, bro.
But yeah, talk to me about Trent, man. Trent comes off the bench, looked really good when he came off the bench, and obviously eventually gets the match winner for us as well. Great finish. Keeper should have done better, but obviously you can only put it on target, and it's down to the keeper to save it or not save it.
To be fair,
right?
I don't even think the keeper could see properly, bro. Like the box was crowded.
Yeah, he had two players in front of him. One was down.
A guy lying on the floor injured.
Yeah, and then he pretended to start holding his head when he was like, "Oh, I couldn't get up, so let me just hold my head in hold that." It's like,
Sunday League move that is, bro.
Don't
Sunday
try
League.
that, bro. Don't try that. Get up, man, and play on, because you got off after, and it was asking for like, why wouldn't it be stopped? It's like stopped in flow of the game. It's not like it went out wide and left the box, and then you could go, do you know what? Actually, it's not in the dangerous area. Let me blow and pull it up.
He could have done like a Kostas Tsimikas where he tried to like tackle the ball with his head while he was on the ground.
Well, yeah, talk to me about, Trent Alexander-Arnold, man, in terms of, especially, I don't know why, because this cracked me up, because everyone's like, oh, what does this celebration mean? I'm like, he threw the shirt off down when he was running. McAllister picks it up and then just hung it there. And then he went to walk off to go and pick the shirt back up. And then Virgil said, no, it's there. And he went and grabbed it. And everyone's like, yeah, look, what does it mean? Is he leaving Liverpool now? You guys can probably share some light on it. I don't know if you saw anything else. What does it mean, bro?
Don't mean anything else.
Means nothing. Means absolutely nothing, bro.
I don't think the celebration means anything, but I think the social media posts have got a bit of are a little bit.
What did he post on social media? I didn't check.
Well, he posted the same thing that that Virgil van Dijk posted when he signed. Moments. And then
Special
also,
moments.
he's the only person that hasn't had a selfie with Salah when he scored.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man. So we
I know, mate. It's wild, isn't it? It's wild.
That's what we're doing now. Okay.
Special moments. That's what he wrote. Special moments.
And then, but at the same time, Mo Salah did post about him on his Instagram. He just didn't do the one with him in the picture.
Yeah, I know.
I'll be dead honest in it. And I'm just going to caveat with this with, I don't know, bro, so it's fine. You see the end of the game when they went over to cheer the fans and that, and then they all look extra happy for him, and then Virgil's pushing him in front of the crowd, like, get your plaudits. That just looked like, to me, like, he's probably been having not a bad time and that, but it's like, these lot know how much he loves the club. And they're his friends, remember, so they don't have the same thing that these gay-ass fans have, where they're like, oh my God, you scummed us, bruv, I can't believe you've done that. No, bruv, because they've all had friends that have come and gone to different teams, innit? They don't stop you being his friend, so they're just like that. He's been going through this enough. We know how much you've given to this club, and you need to get your flowers, bruv. So go out there and get your flowers. Simple. That's what it looked like to me, bro. Because they look extra. You see when he scored, bro, that wasn't like, we've scored, we needed that goal. Because the league's done, bro, we know it. That was like, yeah, Trent and it. Do you get me? And even the way they speak to him after, seeing how Quanto will speak to him after. They know, man. Like, for me, I've always had the same for you, Trent. The man's a Liverpool legend. I think he's been pretty dope for a majority of his time at Liverpool. Not the 20 years, but since he's been in the first team. I feel like at the beginning, people were making a big deal about his defence, and he wasn't that bad. Like, they kept going back to the same Rashford thing. And then I feel like his biggest problem is when he doesn't apply himself, he looks shit. When he decides to apply himself and does the best defending he can do, he's a decent defender and really good going forward. When he doesn't apply himself and he decides to be lazy and like he can't be bothered, then he looks shit. And that's kind of it. But who cares, man? He scored the goal. We needed it. They booed him and then they celebrated straight after, bro. So if anyone looks like a dickhead, it's the Liverpool fans in the stadium.
I think, my thoughts initially were same as Sav's, really. He's being judged because he may leave, or we think he may want to leave. And we have this, like, opinion as fans that we expect all players to be loyal to our club and should stay because we've given them everything. But truth be told, like, he's a quality player and he's played a massive part in bringing us back to where we all want to be as Liverpool fans and winning us trophies. Like, Why couldn't he leave after winning everything? Surely, as a player, when you start out, you think, okay, when I move to this club, I'll win everything. That'll be a moment I'll be allowed to leave. And then suddenly you're told you can't. And I know it didn't pan out that way, but like he's achieved everything. So when you take a step back and take your emotion and stuff out of it, you kind of think, isn't that the time that a player should be allowed to leave without any negative opinion? Is when they've come to your club and they've won everything and then they want to move on and do something else for themselves. Not bad mouthing your club, not falling out with them, you know, not negatively affecting anything that's going on, actually still positively affecting the team right until the end. But has done everything. So now wants to move on for their own reasons. Like, surely that's the perfect situation for a football player and should be. But I guess that's not how football works. And I felt like that was a moment where it was a bit of a kickback at the fans. It was just like, what, can't you just appreciate the player I've been and what I've done for this club, despite what may happen in the future? Because let's face it as well, at this point in time, nobody knows what's going to happen.
Exactly.
You know, nobody knows what's going to happen. And he said nothing. So every single opinion, right, is made up. Every single negative opinion that he's getting and all the backlash he's getting and all the conversation around him is completely fabricated. It's just made up. So suddenly he's probably just sitting there thinking, what the hell? I've been at this club. I've won everything. I've given everything. I've trained every day. Yeah, Sab's right. Some games he's been off it. He's had a few moments where he's looked terrible and stuff. But really, he's dedicated his life to this club.
Yeah, of course. And
now he's getting all this heat through nothing he's actually done at this point in time.
I think
so. I'd be frustrated.
I think the biggest problem was Real Madrid. Like that seems to be the biggest issue, is the fact that all the stuff's come from the Spanish side, and the fact that they put that bid in. Like, if none of that had happened, he could literally just be like, look, I'm just doing exactly what I've done through my entire career, and my contract's never been played out in public. Like, and I'm not commenting about it. But it's the fact that all the stuff's come from Spain.
Yeah, but that's Spain, though, isn't it? It's still not his fault.
No, I know. It's not his fault. David Ornstein stuff, and the fact that they made that stupid bid. And it's, look, if we break it all down, the biggest issue is we're losing a really good player. That's it. We're losing an absolute star who's been our best right back, probably the best right back in my lifetime. Like, you know, for Liverpool and probably one that I've seen with my eyes. Like, he's been absolutely unbelievable. His numbers are insane. He's the only player that can do what he can do in that position. He's been our creativity for 70% of the last God knows how many years from that side. He's been unbelievable. And he's walking out the door, and it hurts. And it hurts a lot of fans. And that's the way it is. Like, you know, he can't make it better. The only way he can make it better is he signs a new contract. And we're all hoping that he does. And I think that's the biggest thing. But it's the thing that we're winning the league and he wants to leave. That's probably what gets us the most.
It's also the perfect time to leave, isn't it?
Yeah, if we weren't in the running and we were maybe fourth, you know, trying to get in the Champions League, we might be like, oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. But it's the fact that we're winning the league and we're like 13 points clear.
The problem is then there's like,
and I say, why do you want to leave?
There's no right time. Like, if we're doing shit, then people are gonna say, well, he jumped ship and he wasn't ready for the
That's
battle.
what I'm thinking. Yeah.
He stayed with us, yada yada yada.
You can't win either way, mate.
The guy's about to win 2 Premier League title, like his second Premier League title. He's won Trent. Like, Cav's right, but I was gonna say, Cav, don't speak too loudly because them Scousers might not be happy with what you're saying. But I agree with you 1,000,000%, bro. Like, I don't understand why the fans, this thing about him being a Scouser, I'm sorry, but it's irrelevant. Like, the reality is, if he's done everything and he's literally applied himself since he was a kid, bro, they've been telling us all showing us pictures of this guy being captain in the academy and coming through and all of this stuff, and then he helps us to win everything. I'm like, bro, like, surely now is the time. If you're not happy with, okay, we're not getting a fee, that ain't his problem. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna have to speak to the owners about that. Like, that he can't do nothing about that.
Yeah.
If the owners wanted to get money for him, guess what they could have done? They could have accepted that bid. 20 million or not, you could have accepted it.
Yeah, they did it with Mane.
What? Yeah, they did it with Mane, but you could have accepted it. Or you know what you could have done? You could have sold him sooner. Or you know what you could have done? You could have given him a better contract if you really wanted him to stay. But you didn't do that. And by the way, that's fine. Like, I'm not mad that you didn't do any of those.
Can we have a balance? I want to add a little balance to the conversation as well. Obviously, are we saying this because obviously we're not Scousers directly, so we don't know exactly what it is like to grow up in Liverpool, go to play for the club that you supported. I know you do, K-Mac, but I'm just talking from like G's conversation.
Yeah.
When we're having the conversation personally, we don't really know what it's like truly. We can see discussions, we can hear what it's like. We speak to a lot of people, but truly we don't know because we've never experienced that. Culturally, we don't know what it's like. So when we're saying it, I know we're looking at it from a logical standpoint, which is fair, and I think you have to have a balanced argument. It's fair, it's like, bro, come on, he's won everything, he's done everything for the city, and he's wants to go and try something